What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh exclusive. Today I want to talk about a very special fragrance, a very popular fragrance, and it's popular for many reasons. In fact, it's kind of become a little bit infamous for a few reasons as well. The fragrance we're going to be talking about today, Carolina Herrera's CH Men. Now, this fragrance has been around for a little while. I think it came out 2009. What does it smell like? What I get out of this? Sugar. If you can imagine smelling sugar, it has that sweetness to it. It's a sugary sweetness. There's some leather in there, and I get vanilla. That's basically what I get out of this. A lot of people talk about getting this green freshness from this fragrance. I don't get that. But not to say that it's not in here, not to say that it's not in any of anyone else's bottles of this. Reason being, as you might already know, this has been through numerous reformulations. That's what makes it so infamous. Story about this bottle here. I was searching the internet pretty fervently for a vintage bottle. If you don't know what that looks like this. You see how it has this red ribbon? It has the CH logo embossed in the leather multiple times around the perimeter of the bottle. The cap is silver, and you can see the CH Men logo in the center of that ribbon there. The newer formulations, they get rid of the embossing of the logo around. Obviously, there's no ribbon. They move the logo down here, and the cap is gold. And the leather just kind of wraps around just in the same way, but again, it's just slightly textured and honestly feels not so genuine. So I was looking for that vintage bottle. I was scouring eBay, FragranceNet, every possible online retailer I could find. I was looking in the fragrance groups on Facebook, trying to find a lead to pick up this fragrance in its original form. I thought I found a couple. I narrowed my search. I probably looked through like 50 different sellers on eBay. I narrowed my search down to 2 that seemed pretty reputable. I didn't see any negative comments about people buying this fragrance in particular and having a bad experience. And as with most sellers, some claim that they don't realize what they're doing, and most of them know what they're doing. They picture the vintage bottle on the ad for the product. So you see they're like, oh, that's the vintage bottle. But me hearing about all of these frauds and reformulations and whatnot, I wanted to be careful about who I was going to do business with. So I sent every single seller I could find that was selling what appeared to be a authentic bottle of the original formulation, a message, simple message, just trying to be lighthearted and say, hey, just wondering if the product you're selling looks exactly like the picture. Or saying like, hey, does the product you're selling, does the box have multiple CHs on it? Also, I forgot to show you this. There's a difference in the boxes, because obviously if these bottles are still boxed, then the seller can't tell you anything about the bottle. Here's the box. This is the new formulations box. The older formulation has the CH logo, but it's printed many times along this inner box here, and the coloring is a little different too. So in the pictures on their advertisements, they had the bottle and the box for the old formulation. So I would ask them, hey, is the product you're selling, does the box have 2 big CHs on it? You know, a la the new box, to see what they would say, just to see if like, yeah, it does. You know, it doesn't allow people to truly, you know, try to investigate what it is you're asking. It's just a very surface level question. So many people gave me these really ambiguous answers, just like, yes, our products are authentic, or things like that. Thanks, that doesn't help at all. I had one seller tell me, he promised me, yes, it looks exactly as pictured. Now, that hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, okay, Now what do? Do I buy this thing? So I did. I bought it. I waited a week. Came in the mail. What did I get? Not the old formulation. I blind bought it, by the way. I had never smelled this fragrance until I bought it. When I smelled it, I fell in love with this fragrance. And I began to wonder, maybe I was never meant to have the old formulation, because I mean, every single lead that I took came up to a dead end. So I was like, okay, I'll just stick with this one. The reason why people hate it so much is because apparently the performance of the fragrance has been cut in half, as people say. It has totally been obliterated. Some people claim that it lasts maybe 40 minutes on their skin and then it's gone. So I'm going to tell you how this fragrance has been treating me, this newer formulation. I get like 6 hours out of this thing. 6 hours of longevity, at least very noticeable longevity from my skin to my nose. Now that's pretty good. 6 hours of smelling it, basically straight. From there, it could be lasting longer, I'm not sure. Olfactory fatigue is a thing. So at the moment, I don't really have a problem with it. But in continuing to research it, I know that there are still some pretty significant differences between my newer bottle and the older bottle. And there's a reason why the older bottle is in many ways heralded much higher. Not really so much for the performance, but I think just for the quality of the scent. There are some elements that people say they get out of the older formulation that I definitely do not pick up here. One being this freshness, this greenness. This is mainly sweet vanilla leather. That's what it is. But don't get me wrong, it is beautiful. I've worn it a handful of times now. It is a gorgeous fragrance. It is very elegant. It can also be very casual if you want it to. You can wear this almost all year round, I'd say. Look out for the high summer heat, maybe not so much there, but when it's cooler in the spring, in the fall, in the winter, whatever. Even if it's a little bit warmer in the spring, you know, in the late spring or maybe in the early fall. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's a powerhouse. You can use it anywhere. You can use it in almost any situation. So, my point of this being, for those of you who are like me, looking, searching, scouring the internet for this older bottle, if you can't find it, it's okay. Simple as that. Check out the newer one. I think it'll meet your basic needs for a fragrance, to be honest. Don't do business on eBay when it comes to finding this fragrance and any other fragrance that is in this same situation. Maybe it's been through various formulations and people know that the new formulation is not as good as the old, so sellers will deceivingly advertise the old when they are really selling the new. So eBay, not the way to go. My advice, look into groups, fragrance groups, Facebook being one. There's dozens of them on Facebook. Within these groups, the community members will come together and they will sell and they will buy fragrances, and it's much more trusted and much more authentic. It's not perfect, but much better than eBay. You can get direct communication with these people who actually seem like people because they are on Facebook. So just my 2 cents on Carolina Herrera's CH Men. Beautiful fragrance. I'm happy I have it. I will continue to wear it and enjoy it. That's it. Thank you so much for checking out this video, for tuning in. Once again, this has been another Stay Fresh exclusive. I'm helping you stay fresh. This will help you stay fresh for sure. Pick it up. Check it out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.